Look, I want to be fair to Henry and understand that he's like 15 and he's been raised by Ezekiel, and I get that he's got a big heart, but fuck, man, after what he saw, he's still like, no, I'm not gonna leave. What does he think is going to happen? Maybe he thinks that Hilltop can defend itself. Like, okay, when they come for Lydia a second time, then I guess he thinks that Hilltop can just light them up. I don't know. It's frustrating, though. It's really frustrating. But I wondered if Daryl was going to show up with, one of the Walker faces on. So, oh, yeah, that was a good episode. It was very character focused, which I really appreciate. And I really like what, Michonne was kind of struggling with. And oh, God, it's so hard because I do think that she should change her mind, but I don't think she should change her mind right now. I loved Negan in this episode. I always say that no character is irredeemable. No fictional character is irredeemable. But if there was ever a character that I was going to struggle with, it's going to be Negan, because he killed two characters that I loved, especially Glenn. Like, Glenn to me was the heart of the show. And when they killed Glenn, that's when the show died for me. It really did. They killed the heart of the show. I loved Abraham too, but I could have lived with that. As much as I miss Abraham, like, he was such an awesome character. I just can't get past losing Glenn. But I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan so much, and I do like Negan as a character. I think he's a really interesting character, and he's obviously, he's super charismatic, and he's so, like, he's such a cool character, but he was so much of like just a one-trick pony in, 7 and 8. So seeing a new side to him and actually seeing him, like, it would be, see, from my perspective, I would love to see him like reintegrated into society and like actually be part of the show. But from the perspective of the characters, I could not. This is the man who killed Glenn. He doesn't get to be part of society. But from the perspective of an audience member, like, an audience member, like a viewer, I do want to see Negan integrated. Like, I just think it would be so interesting, and he's got a great dynamic with Michonne. So, what would Rick think of that? Holy shit! If Rick came back and Negan was like Michonne's right-hand man or something, oh my God. Oh, wow. Yeah. And that's the other thing, like, from Michonne's perspective, that wouldn't just feel like a betrayal of Glenn and Abraham, but of Rick. Oh, this is why Negan should have been killed. But I'm kind of glad now that he wasn't, because I really want to see what they do with him. I hope that he doesn't, like, just turn back into a bad guy. Well, I mean, I'll keep an open mind and see what they do. I mean, if they go that route, hopefully it would be earned. Like, story-wise, it would be worth it. But I don't want to see that. I would like to see him part of the team. And what would that be like? The only thing that I was disappointed was that we didn't really spend any time with Daryl and Connie. And I was interested, like, I would love, Daryl needs more people to be close to, so I would love for them to form a friendship. And I was hoping that we would see, like a friendship blossoming between them. And I love that she can track too, because of course she would be able to. that really makes sense for her character. So I just think that that's a really interesting pairing, and I wanted to see that explored. So that's the only thing that I was disappointed by. And I will admit that I don't really care about Rosita's situation. I do care about Rosita and Eugene and Gabriel and Sadiq, I guess. I care about them. Like, I wouldn't want any of those characters to die, but none of these are characters that I love. I mean, I've had moments where I kind of loved Eugene. He's had some really endearing moments and some really not so endearing moments. I don't really care about the fact that we've got a love square or whatever. It's a little soap opera-y. I would have preferred to cut that out and take that time and give that time to Daryl and Connie. That would have been my preference, because Daryl is a character that I love, and Connie is quickly becoming a character that she's my favorite out of the new, no, I think Luke is my favorite out of the new group, but Connie is pretty close. And, you know, I just like how level-headed she is, and like I said, I just think she and Daryl would have a really interesting dynamic, and I wanted to see their road trip. I wanted to see them kind of bonding, and so I would have preferred if they had gotten the screen time rather than, you know, but I like how Gabriel is like stepping up, and I guess he's the leader of the council. That's really cool. You know, obviously he's had this huge character arc, and he had sort of turned into kind of a yes man. And so it's nice to see him like speaking up and, you know, disagreeing with Michonne. And he's not wrong, you know, and that's what I love about these kinds of conversations, is that nobody's wrong. Like I said in the reaction, I hope that they don't drag this whole mystery about what happened during the time jump, why Michonne is so like isolationist and everything. I hope they don't drag that out until next season. They might drag that out till the end of this season, but I really, 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 really want to know what has happened to make her be like this, because maybe I could be on her side a little bit more if I knew her side of the story, because it does seem like she's being unreasonable, but Michonne is not an unreasonable woman, so she definitely has a reason for behaving and believing what she does. And I just think that we should, they've dragged this out too long, and it's kind of like my only criticism, I think, of season 9 is just this mystery that they're dragging out. And I was so intrigued the last episode when Henry was like, he said to Daryl, I know what you did, like to save Alexandria or something like that, and Daryl's just like, no, you don't. Fucking tell us, what did he do? What did Michonne do? It seems interesting that there's like this huge beef between Michonne and the other communities, but that doesn't extend to Daryl. Like, it doesn't seem that, but it seems like the two of them, because she thanked him, you know, and like she thanked him for what he did in trying to find Rick, and then after, and so it seems like he was on her side, and they have matching scars in the same spot, so something went down with the two of them, but there doesn't seem to be any resentment toward Daryl from, you know, everybody else. So what the fuck is going on? I just really want to know, and I think that Michonne has come across, because I know who she is, and I know how smart and how reasonable she is, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. But if this was the first, like if this was the first season of this show that I'd seen, I think I probably wouldn't like Michonne, and I would think that she was, you know, cold, and yeah, I don't think I would like her very much as a character. But like I said, because I know who Michonne is, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just really, really curious, you know, what happened. So anyway, I really enjoyed seeing how this group, because I wondered if they had a camp, because they have to have a place to do people things, right? Like, they can't just walk with the walkers. So I do wonder if this is like a permanent camp or if they kind of move around. I didn't understand how the walkers, like how that herd got was responsible for that. I don't know, because it was awfully convenient if that wasn't the case, right? So I'm pretty sure it was Daryl. But yeah, it was really fascinating, you know, to have a glimpse into that community. But yeah, another good episode. I'm just loving season 9 so much. All right, I'll shut up now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.